Hello, welcome to the video notes for lesson 6-8, and this is about factoring trinomials of the form ax squared plus or minus bx plus or minus c. The learning target is the same as the title. Now, what is different about this factoring than the factoring we've been doing all along in this unit? The fact that we have this. There is a coefficient of x squared, of that first term, that is something other than 1. And when you have that situation, it makes this factoring a little more of a challenge. It is not impossible, and after you practice, it's not even that hard, but it is a little more of a challenge. So you have to watch out for a few things. So, right away, we'll see an example of this kind of factoring. So, oops, let me get rid of that. So I have the first example, 2x squared plus 5x plus 2. Now, up until this lesson, we've been writing down the parentheses for our binomials, assuming that they're going to be binomials, and looking at the last term and saying, okay, well, I have a plus, and then I got x plus something, and x plus something, or x minus something, and x minus something. But here's the problem. The very first term is 2x squared. That does not come from x times x. That comes from 2x times x. Okay, well, what does that mean? Well, that means we're going to end up with something a little different when we're combining terms in the middle. So, what are factors of 2? And we're looking for them to equal 5. The factors of 2 are just 1 and 2. And that doesn't equal 5. I do know this is going to be a plus and this is going to be a plus because both of these are positive. So, I need to come up with a way to do this so that I get a 5x in the middle. Now, I'm going to show you the wrong answer first. If I try 2 here and 1 here, so if I think about it, when I factor it out, I got 2x times x is 2x squared. Then I have a 2x times 1 is plus 2x. A 2 times x plus 2x, and then 2 times 1 is 2. Now the problem is 2x plus 2x is 4x. That's not going to work. So I can't do this way. So what happens if I switch 1 and 2? Well, watch what happens. Now you can go ahead and copy this down. So 2x plus 1, x plus 2. So I do 2x times 2 is plus 4x, and 1 times x is plus 1x, or just x. This will give you that 5x, that middle term. Now, I just wrote this down because this is the check for doing it. Basically, the strategy we just did is guess and check. So, you're going to guess what the factors are and check it to see if it works. I think a lot of you will get really good at the guess and check strategy and be able to use that alone. But when that doesn't work, or if you want another strategy that always works, we were going to learn it, and it's called factoring by grouping. And there are definitely going to be some problems where factoring by grouping is the best way to go. And if you don't learn how to do it, there's a problem on the test, and there'll probably be problems on the Regents, that if you don't know how to factor by grouping, you're going to be in a world of trouble. Okay, let's go ahead and do one more problem. we'll do the one right next to it. So again, we have 2x squared. Now this time it's plus 5x and then minus 18. So you can start to set up the things that you know first. So I know 2x squared is going to come from 2x and x. And I know that since my last term is negative 18, I have to have two numbers that multiply to give me negative 18. So one is going to be positive and one is going to be negative. Now, coming up with the number that goes here and the number that goes here, that's the tricky part. And remember, when you're done, they have to add up to 5x. So 1 and 18 are not going to work. 2 and 9 might, and then the other possibility is 3 and 6. So if I plug, let's just try positive 2 and 9. Now don't write this down, but watch. Or if you want to write it down and be prepared to erase in case it doesn't work, that's fine. 2x times x I know is 2x squared. We already know we're going to have a 2x squared and we're going to have a negative 18 at the end. We're looking for the stuff in the middle to give us our positive 5x. So 2x times negative 9 is negative 18x. 2 times x is 2x. That's not going to work. That's not going to give me what I'm looking for. Let's try switching it. What happens if I put the 9 over here and the 2 over here? So 2x times negative 2 is negative 4x. 9 times x is 9x. And hey, look at that. That's how I get my 5x. So this is the answer. That is the guess and check strategy. Alright, the next video that I'm going to have is the factoring by grouping. I will demonstrate how to do factoring by grouping with a separate notes packet, and I will also come back to this lesson and show how you can do these same types of trinomials by factoring by grouping in the video so that you can see how it works. That's all for this video. If you had trouble, go back and rewatch it. Your job is to finish factoring these other two on your own, and then see if you can. Now you can always do the check by multiplying the answer out, expanding it, and seeing if it fits what you started with. So good luck, and we will see you in math.